Hello and welcome to our podcast, The Wedding Club by Be Our Guest Events. We're back, baby.
We're back, baby. And today we're going to be talking about us, basically, taking a deep delve into what we do, how we do it, and kind of go from the start to where we are now.
Fantastic. Sounds good.
Lasciamento.
So should we start off with the origin lady, Claire
The
Wells?
original.
With Yoda.
Perfect.
So I've always been a creative person. I've always liked to make things, do stuff. While I was off work, bringing up my children, while my husband worked, I started a business called Pinky and Cow.
Yes.
And that actually was named after my daughter Chloe's little childhood friends.
Oh my goodness.
One was a TY cow.
My treasure. That girl.
And one was a little pinky bear.
Yeah.
That aptly named by Chloe, by the way. So
Child imagination. It's pink. It's
I
called Pinky.
started this signage business and took it to Caerphilly Big Cheese, sold lots of stuff that was painted, handmade by myself.
Like little knickknacks.
Knickknacks, yeah. And from there then, I thought, no, let's take this a step further and start making furniture.
Like the wall plaque.
So, sorry, it wasn't making the furniture, it was painting furniture. You know, back in the day when it was popular to take reclaimed furniture and start
That's still
painting
kind of
it.
popular now.
I even hired a little unit and started buying furniture and painting it and sanding it and using Annie Sloan paint. That was the one I liked the most, and that did okay, but I got bored with that. And then that led me to making things with a Cricut machine, which is still popular now.
Yeah.
And this was years ago. This is about 10 years ago. And then from there, I got to wedding invites. And I had a little place in my husband's office where I would make those invites. People would come in and see the actual invites done, critique my spelling mistakes, etc.
Yeah. Probably, you know, hey.
Yeah. So, and that's what I started doing. Then from there, I thought, oh, I love that flower wall that Kim Kardashian had in her wedding. I know, I'm going to make one.
Yeah.
So I set about making this lovely flower wall.
Lovely for the time.
Lovely for the time.
No fact.
Had to work out how I was going to stand up because I didn't know things like backdrop stands, etc. So we had this big welded truss
It was the heaviest thing.
backdrop
Oh my God.
that we cable tied the actual flower wall to.
And then even the cable ties, the flower wall itself was so heavy.
Yeah.
It was just thousands of flowers.
And it took me about 4 weeks to make because each flower was actually hand tied on with a cable tie.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I got a funny story actually about this. So my sister came in to help me do the securing on of the flowers. And one day when she was in the office, by the way, she has got weak bones, which in turn makes her teeth quite weak. And she came into the office and started pulling the cable ties with her teeth instead of with her hands. I obviously had told her off, but she continued while I wasn't there to do this. And one of her teeth broke off.
Your favourite too?
And actually, yeah, she was really upset because it was her favourite tooth.
What's your favourite?
I know. This is what we all said to her because at the time my husband was in the office with us and all his workers, and they were literally weak. Who has a favourite tooth? And her explanation of her favourite tooth was that it turned in a bit.
It was cute.
So it was cute. I was like, oh my God.
Classic.
Needless to say, I continued without her and by using pliers to pull the cable ties through.
Yeah.
So then we started putting that out at venues. And I thought, oh my God, I love going to venues and doing this job. And it evolved to where we are today.
Yeah. So you started kind of bringing in like chair dressing, wasn't it? Because
Yeah.
at the beginning as well, because I remember some weekends, if I was like not in school and not seeing my friends, I'd be helping. on
Yeah,
weekends.
you definitely would.
And I remember doing a lot of like the chair covers and bows.
Oh, of course, yeah, I forgot about chair covers and bows.
Yeah, I feel like it started there, and then we started going like ivory chiffon, and then like kind of went from there. Didn't
It was when the venues started evolving their chairs from the typical banqueting chairs that you see in a
In like a conference
yeah.
setting.
Yeah.
conference chairs. That's why they were always covered with white covers and some kind of bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, satin bow, organza bow.
Organs.
Our favourite.
Organza?
Neither.
Oh. No. Oh, God, do you know what I hated doing?
What?
The Hessian ones. The Hessian bows.
So tricky to do
Took
as well.
so long. So long. They would, to get those bows right, it would take us a good 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Each chair.
Boo.
Just to do the bow. Whereas if we do the other bows, like chiffon or etc., it takes a minute because they're so easy to manipulate.
Yeah.
The Hessian sometimes had a lace on it, which made our job even worse because we were doing 2 bows in one
Yeah.
because it was a double
I remember
bow.
that.
Oh.
But we are at lighter times now.
So the
Yeah.
first chairs, I thought I'm going to buy safari chairs and rent them out. So I got on Alibaba and decided I'm going to order these chairs. They were safari chairs. I paid about £3,000, including shipping. Shipping comes from a lovely, big, massive ship containers with containers on
Yeah.
that come over, and they take about, I'd say, 6 to 8 weeks, maybe more, and then they arrive at port, which was all very scary because I thought, how the hell am I going to get them from port to
Yeah.
here? Is it going to be a container? Do I have to get a crane to lift them off the boat? I didn't understand any of it back then, and it was like, ugh. So we had the chairs delivered. Actually, a company on site of the shipping dock rung us and said, look, we got your chairs. Do you want them transported? It's going to be this much. And we said, yeah, great. So they came. And oh my God, they actually were made of iron or some kind of metal.
Oh, yeah.
Lifting one off. I was excited to see them and I thought, yay. And they were all piled up outside our office, lifting one off. And I thought, God, this is so heavy. And the whole thing was made of metal. And when it crossed between different continents, it was rusty.
Because of the
The container. So if we're going from hot to cold, and so the sweaty, I don't know, but condensation. Yeah, they turned up in a right tip. So we were like, okay, so now we've got to sand them all down and paint them. We got a cost off somebody, and it costs the same as the chairs, basically. So we decided, okay, this is crap. We'll claim on our insurance. So the insurance wouldn't pay up. They said the reason that it got rusty was because it went through different climate zones and blah, blah, blah. So we actually gave them away, advertised them on Facebook and gave them away to a venue who I believe still use them. That was about 8 years ago. Wow. Yeah.
Some sturdy chairs.
And they scrape the floor.
Oh.
So then I decided to buy safari chairs locally
Yeah.
in the UK, and they were brilliant.
The ones we've got now are so much better.
And we still have the originals.
Yeah.
We do top them up now and again because some of them get a bit yucky. But mostly, we still got them. From there, then I had a bride in, and she was getting married in the Coy de Mister, which is a lovely hotel in Bridgend.
Love.
And she'd seen these chairs called Louis chairs online. And they are basically white chairs that kind of had round back and studded silver bits on. So to buy them, it was going to cost £10,000.
Oh my goodness.
Bearing in mind, I was still a fledgling business. So I had to borrow the money from my husband, his business, give us a loan. And we bought them after the bride convinced us that we needed them.
And to be fair,
They still go out.
we've still got those as well.
£10,000.
Yeah. Including back. So we bought them. And I paid my husband back.
Well done.
And they pay for themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trin told.
And then we started dressing the safari chairs, obviously.
Yeah.
with all sorts of things. Mainly now, though, the thing that we use is chiffon.
Yes, chiffon's the go-to. It's so good.
We have people ring up or email, etc., saying, okay, I want my chairs to have ribbons on them. We're like, okay, you want actual ribbons? You know, that material stuff you got on it. So everybody will know now it's called chiffon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a couple of different names for that material, don't you?
Yeah.
You say like a chair bow, and it's like, do you mean a bow? Or do you mean?
Because we do have bows as well to put on them.
We think when you say a bow is back to the old organza way.
Yeah.
Making a bow.
Some people sometimes mean those sorts
And
of bows.
I don't mind them on a shibari
No.
chair. If that's their preference, then that's all good with us. We've got them.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you do you as well.
Mm.
We're not here to judge.
No.
Apart from when we do judge. In a loving way.
You pledge our opinions.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Not judge.
Yeah. Yeah, not judge.
Not judge.
So right.
But we will tell you if we think things don't go. That's the key.
Yeah.
So how do people get to know us? How to meet us? Where do they find us?
Yeah. So our showroom is based in Bedwas, in Caerphilly. And people book in and they come and see us. It's either me or Claire with the blonde hair, Claire.
Who's appeared on an episode.
Yeah.
We'll appear on some more.
Yeah. Yeah. We kind of go through everything. In our showroom, we have all of our stuff. So like our centerpieces, chairs, the chair decor, charger plates, napkins,
Glassware, cutlery.
everything. Our acrylic pieces. Like we try to show off literally everything in our showroom.
So they get to come in and see it. But how do they get to come in? So they find us on Instagram.
Yeah.
Some people still find us on Facebook.
Yeah. We are kind of on those two socials. They're our main two. Emails as well. Or we have a lot of people message through our website, which is always fun when people do that. So then it comes through our emails and it
that's
says that
good.
they've kind of got in contact with us from the website. And then...
And fairs.
And fairs, of course.
We do some wedding fairs. We're part of the Wedding Guild of Wales, who host the most spectacular wedding fairs. Usually in venues, and we set up a stall, or if it's in one of our regular companies we go to, hotels rather,
Yeah.
then it will be a room setup that we generally do.
I love when we can do a room setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can come in and see what it's going to look like in a ceremony room. And then usually on the side, we have tables set up with all our different centerpieces. It's real fun, actually, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
it
love
is.
doing a fair. I love meeting new people.
Yeah. We definitely touched on fairs in another episode as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love them.
Fairs are a really good place to find good people,
Yeah.
but also your background check-in. See if they got reviews on their website or their socials.
Again, yeah, socials. So useful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Social media. Because that's kind of almost like our portfolio
Yeah.
is on social media. We're constantly updating it.
Yeah, it is definitely.
That's why Instagram's so good. It's like you can do photos
Yeah.
of like the intricate details. You can do photos of the whole room setup, videos. We do a lot of reels of like what goes on behind the scenes. So like, you know, just seeing the finished product, you see in like the works,
The actual.
craftsmanship that goes into the weddings that we do.
Yeah.
It's a great way to showcase what we do.
I think so.
Yeah.
We get a lot of people coming in showing us photos of what we've done and say they want that.
Yeah.
Or Pinterest for inspiration.
Yeah, definitely.
I was going to say, we love a little challenge when they come and show us something on Pinterest and we're like, right,
Yeah.
we might not have that exact item, but we can use what we have.
Yeah.
You know, the unit's full of all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, literally.
And then we can work with them then to make their dreams come true, really.
Yeah.
With all the stuff that we have. And
That's kind of how the bows came about, is they were all over Pinterest and the bow napkins. And we were like, we can do those. Because we only saw them with like napkin rings.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we don't have napkin rings, but I'm sure I can do something with ribbon to kind of
Chloe
give the same
is
effect.
the master of learning how to fold very quickly.
I just love it.
I
don't
love
know why.
tablescaping.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourite things to do is look at a table and think, right, how am I going to decorate that?
yeah, you really do like tablescape dressing.
I've always liked it. I've always liked doing it at Christmas especially.
Yeah. I think it's quite nice as well because weddings are kind of veering in that direction a little bit. Like bud vases, candles. People are liking that like intimate vibe.
Yeah.
I love the vibe at the moment.
Me too. And we're
So nice.
definitely incorporating it into our existing stuff as
Yeah.
well. Like
Yeah.
we always add candles where we can, little bud vases. We're starting to work a little bit with real flowers when they're in like a small amount like this.
Yeah.
So
Even though I have trained to be a florist,
yeah.
I'll just drop that in there. But I'm still, I just literally, we don't have the time to be able to do fresh flowers.
No, and you still use a lot of the skills that you've learned through the artificial
Yeah,
flowers that we do use.
absolutely.
Like when we dress a staircase.
Yes. Yeah.
Which
We
is
do
another thing we
make
do.
things then specifically for certain staircases or even centerpieces.
Yeah.
We still do that.
Yeah, we do.
We call you the flower lady behind
Yeah.
your back.
Oh, nice. I'd be called worse, let's face
I was
it.
going to say it's quite cute.
Because we look at the plan and there's like this floral arrangement and we're like, right, where's Claire?
How are we going to do that?
Yeah, and you just come in and you go, right, I need this, 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 and this. Then you make them all up for it. Yeah. Then they go to the venues and they look fantastic.
Looks stunning.
So from coming into our showroom, we then send them a quote via email and they come back and say what they want exactly. And then we send them another quote with our terms and conditions attached to them. And then they pay deposit.
Yeah.
As simple as that. That is literally how you book us. Some people don't have the time to come in, so they'll send photos of what they like on email or even
We do it
socials.
on the phone as well sometimes because we get a lot of brides who are getting married local to us but live in, say, London, or we had someone recently call us and she was living in Essex.
Canada,
So, yeah, Canada. We have had people.
America, and where was that
Was
lady?
it Dubai?
Dubai,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wales is a beautiful place. I would leave Dubai, get married in.
Having been to Dubai, it's not very grassy.
There you go. Yeah, if you want in like a castle-y, old worldy vibe,
Come to Wales.
Wales is the place, really.
We are
isn't it?
evergreen
Yeah,
and have beautiful castles you can get married in.
exactly. But yeah, we have people kind of contacting us in all different ways. And yeah, if you can't actually come in and see everything in person, then there's always ways around it.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, we have loads of photos of everything, so we can kind of jot down all of your ideas. You send us a list over. I like this, 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 and this. And we can go, well, we have this and this and this and this.
And of course,
Yeah.
what looks good in each venue.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we pretty much know them all, so we can tell you, well, this looks good in there. Don't have that because that will look really overdone.
Yeah.
Giving advice on everything.
I think there's a fine line between just overselling everything
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah.
you want more money
I
We don't do that.
yeah,
you want it to look great and right.
exactly. I always tell brides when they come in, I'm like, I would never want you to feel like you're just being sold to, because I think that's so tacky and it's just like not how we work anyway. Because I'd rather them go away with ideas of, okay, this is gonna look amazing, this is gonna go there, this is gonna go there, rather than being like, why do I have 3 arches on my booking form? What's
Yeah.
going on? Like,
yeah. Sometimes people do have 2 arches on a booking form because they want one to go outside the venue, so at the entrance of the doors, and then one in the ceremony room,
Yeah.
which then is moved to behind the top table.
Yeah.
Which is a good use of it. And another good use of a way of saving money is to dress your ceremony room with your centerpieces.
Yeah, definitely. Or, like you said, having the arch in the ceremony room first
Yeah.
and then being moved to behind top table.
That's a good way. Yeah, having like the white pillars or acrylic pillars
Yeah.
and your centerpieces down the aisle.
Yeah. It's really good
Very
idea.
effective way of styling it.
And candles. Some people have candles going down the aisle, so we move those and put them on the tables, or as we've done recently in a wedding, put them in front of the top table.
Yeah.
That looked
I love
beautiful,
that.
actually.
And that looked really good.
Yeah.
That was a wedding we done. How many miles away was that from us now?
100, exactly.
100 miles
It
away.
was.
What a nice round number.
I didn't just plug that out my ass. I
Yeah.
swear. It
Yeah.
was 100. So we also travel
Yeah.
to do our weddings, which is fun. Recently we went all the way to Cardigan
Yeah.
to dress a wedding, had a weekend away, and it was fantastic.
It was fantastic. It was
Yeah.
beautiful as well.
These two went on the jolly. So they had a lovely weekend away in West Wales area.
Yeah.
And also dressed a wedding.
It was perfect. I love West Wales.
West Wales is the best. If you haven't been to West Wales, go.
We reckon.
Oh,
We love it. It's beautiful.
honestly, if we had great weather in this country, I would never go abroad.
You don't need to with all the places that we have. Tempe,
Our beaches are fantastic.
Cardigan. They really are.
Yeah. Yeah. Why travel?
The weather.
The weather.
Is why you leave Wales.
Especially in Wales, it just seems to rain you more than anywhere else in the UK.
Yeah. Well, apparently we're known as like the miserable weather
Of the UK.
part
Actually,
of the UK.
that's true, that is, because when I went to America, they said, oh, the place where it always rains.
Yeah. When we went to Scotland,
Yeah.
and I was there because obviously we were in Scotland. So I was like, it's literally like misty raining now.
Hmm.
I don't get it.
Pisses down more, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back,
Yeah.
we do travel places. We go to Bristol.
Yeah.
We go into the Brecon area of South Wales, West Wales,
Yeah.
Newport, Cardiff,
And what's that place that we went to Tortworth Courts then?
Bristol?
Gloucestershire.
Gloucestershire.
Oh.
Yeah. So we go here, there, and everywhere. I think we'd do further away ones as well.
I agree. I would travel the whole of the UK.
Yeah.
And if I could pack up a container and ship it over to Italy, hell yes.
Oh,
That'd be so fun.
that's the dream.
As long as I can go with the laser cutter and the printer.
Yeah.
That's all
Just
I
for
need.
the day.
Just
For the day of the wedding. And moving on to that point, Lewis is our fantastic,
Laser cutting king.
yeah. So
I'm gonna start blushing.
besides doing everything else for weddings, we also do the on-the-day signage.
We do.
Take it away, Lou. What do we do?
So we think acrylic signage has really become quite big in weddings.
You definitely need a seating plan if you're having a seating,
Yeah.
for sure.
So things like the welcome sign and a table plan, they're like your two
The basic.
basic, and then you can get order of the day, top table plaques, table numbers,
Little bar menus.
bar menus, things
Cake
like that.
ingredients.
Cake, the cake layers,
Yeah.
signs and things. So we do that. So we work with the bride and grooms a bit closer to their wedding when they have a seating plan together.
Yeah.
And when they got all the details of everything finalized with us, we can just, okay, these are our designs, and we work with the bride and groom. We're sending proofs back and forth and things like that.
Generally, it's printed on, isn't it?
Yes.
We got a UV printer, which means if you have requirements for, like, you want some flowers put on it in the background, we can do that too.
So we're very fortunate so we have a laser cutter to cut all the signage pieces. And then we're very fortunate we invested in a UV printer last year instead of using vinyl,
Yeah.
because we found vinyl was just too time consuming.
No, it's definitely
It was tricky. Peeling like the teeny fonts was
It wasn't worth ourselves.
I could never do it because I'm really hand heavy.
But yeah, the UV printer is great because it's cost time efficient. Just
Yeah.
putting in a machine,
Yeah.
you can blast it. We can do table plans like over 1 meter long and about 3/4 of a meter wide, things like that.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know we could go that
You
big.
can go that big.
Hey.
Don't get any ideas
the
now.
possibilities are literally
I am the
endless.
creative person who likes to go, right, Lou, you got to make this. Said to him a while back, right, we need to make an acrylic postbox. And then he just did it. He just goes off and does it in his little room.
You figure out how to do it. You made a jig for the post boxes. That was very
Yeah.
impressive when you came and showed us that.
I was so impressed with myself.
We all were.
Yeah.
It was
Guest
great.
books. You would like to go make a guest book?
Oh, yeah, we make guest
We
books.
make guest books, post boxes.
We don't only do them in acrylic. You
No.
can have them on foam board. So,
Yeah, bit more of a cost-effective option because
yes.
acrylic boards themselves just do cost more than a Foamex board.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's an option for people who want that look but don't have the budget to pay for it. Then we can do it on foam boards.
Or if they just want to allocate their budget elsewhere, because I get that.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
yeah,
Foamex is good. We've got new Foamex designs on our website.
we
And
do.
we showcase them at the new house's wedding, the new marquee opening.
They look beautiful
They
in
look
that
really good.
room.
Oh my God, that marquee.
That marquee looked fantastic.
It's a really on-trend marquee as well. It's got
Yeah.
black windows.
Yeah, that's another thing about the job as well, is we get to do stuff like that. So we get to like kind of show off our new things that we want to show off, especially when the venues give us that freedom like they do. Yeah, we get to show off our things, but we also get to see all of these beautiful venues. And
yeah.
oh my goodness, the new house, their new marquee
Stunning.
is incredible.
So we often do style shoots as well, and we often get people come in and say, "Oh, we want that."
Yeah, so when we do like the styled shoots and everything and we work with other vendors, that's really useful we always have new stuff in. As we probably tell you, if you've come into our showroom, me and Claire are normally like, we recommend coming in closer to your wedding date because we will more likely than not have new things in.
That's true. People book us so far in advance. Like we've already taken 2026 bookings.
We had a 2027 mention the other day.
Oh,
I'm
God.
going to top trump you all. The 2028 one.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
So this is how far we are booked in advance, and it's no joke. We literally are booked that far in advance, and things change between the time of booking to your wedding date.
Yeah,
if it is
naturally.
that far. People say to you, "Oh, book people your vendors 12 months in advance." No,
12 months is not a lot.
no,
Yeah.
no.
A lot of people, especially people that we know, so I'm guessing everywhere else as well, are like booked up a year in advance.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in a busy month like August,
In your summer
like
months,
summer months.
yeah, definitely booked up quick.
Even September now as well.
I know.
September's really popular.
June, July, August, September. If you're booking those a year before, likely you've got no chance.
Yeah.
The problem is you book your venue because you found a slot and then, oh, great, I've now got my venue booked. And you go to then book a vendor and it's like, well,
Yeah.
you might have these dreams and ideas and you've got your venue booked and then you want to go book your vendors. But like for us, say, we'd be booked up.
Yeah.
So then it's like, you had this idea because you were too late to start
Yeah.
and not giving yourself enough time to get it all sorted.
Yeah.
Other vendors are booked out and things.
Yeah. And that's not to scare anyone,
No.
but it's to keep in mind, say if you are getting married 2 years away, it's a good time to start looking.
Yeah.
I think.
When you start talking to your other half about, let's start booking some people, and if you've been following them for a while, which generally they do, or you've seen their work in an actual wedding,
Yeah.
ring them, book them.
Yeah. Even we've had people just send a deposit over. They're like, I don't know what I want yet. I'll be booking in a showroom with you, say next year, but could
Save
I
the date.
save my date
Yeah.
with you guys and send you a deposit? And we're like, of course, because
Got such a fantastic team now. There's 6 full-time employees
yeah.
and casual staff, and we've got 3 bands. We have named our band.
What is it? Shannon, Annie, and Sean.
Shannon the Vannon, Annie the Vanny, and Sean the Van.
It works.
Oh,
And the names get shorter.
The smaller,
The smallest van has the longest name,
yeah.
and the
Oh.
biggest one has the
Just
shortest name.
just to confuse the issue, I'm not going to remember any of those names. We have a lot of faux centerpieces now, don't we?
We do, yeah. And
Silk arrangements,
yeah,
very on trend.
I love them.
I'm obsessed with ordering them.
Yeah, you are.
You have a problem.
I
It's
literally
a bit spooky, but I love her.
have a problem.
Yeah,
I have a problem buying centerpieces.
you're self-aware though. Self-aware queen.
Because you'll buy the centerpiece, and then it's like, well, what if you want a wreath, say? If you have a big floral ball, but what if people want to do a higher and a shorter
Yeah,
centerpiece?
that's very
You got
popular.
to buy the wreaths. And then you think, well, you're going to need a top table runner.
Yeah.
So then you buy the runner, and then you're thinking,
Oh my God, we got to have a matching arch.
A matching arch. We literally have so many arches. They're fantastic though. Like, you can rest assured that we have you covered with our range of florals.
it's taken a bit of time to get the
Yeah.
range.
Because it isn't cheap to buy them.
Not
So, you're talking for a whole set of something is around about 10 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it isn't.
It's an investment.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's something that I am always talking about is when we have we've paid our wages and our taxes, etc., we reinvest the rest of the money into our business
Definitely.
You really do.
to update stock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very important to us.
I think that's quite good because we never want to just seem stagnant in our work.
No,
So I think it's quite nice that we are constantly updating our stuff.
And the nature of the business calls for changes. Not necessarily just going with trends here and everywhere,
Yeah,
but
we're
the
not following
style.
like micro trends.
Yeah.
Don't.
Styles change. You know,
Yeah.
new things come and go, especially I feel like in weddings.
Yeah.
Everybody has a different idea of what they want to do. So if we can offer modes. and
as
more.
wide a range as possible. Because then we can hit a lot of different types of like styles. People come in and they say are obsessed with all black for their weddings. Like they want to add in black stands, black napkins, black chargers. And then other people come in and they like, I want everything as colourful as possible. We can hit both of those ranges.
Yeah.
Or someone's really minimalist and they want kind of little bits of like, or sometimes actually no flowers, which is also cute. And then we have some people who are maximalist and like want everything.
Yeah.
And we can do all of those.
Yeah. So we got I'd say about 6 floral
Oh God,
arrangement
more than that.
sets. I'd say more.
Let's not go through them, but I think about 8.
Damn.
Damn. Oh God, do I need to order more?
No. No.
Not that I'm a spendaholic or anything.
Well, yeah.
It's so funny when you order more because they all come in boxes.
And they come
Oh,
like
God.
months later as well.
Yeah.
So we're like, wait a minute.
They're like,
What did we order?
What have we ordered? And then all of a sudden, the boys have made a tower
In the office, in the unit,
which is about 10 meters tall.
Yeah.
Boxes.
Yeah. They come from DPD, and usually it's a DPD van
Yeah.
full of our stuff,
Yeah.
and that's it. That's all he's got.
Yeah, literally a lorry full of just boxes.
Yeah.
And arches.
Oh God, I
and
bet he
things.
curses us in the morning. Oh God, mind you, that's an easy run, isn't it?
I was going to say, if it fills a van, there's only one drop off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
He does. He knows as well now. That's fine.
A bit too
Sometimes though, we put the billing address down as the delivery address. Now the billing address is my house for our business cards, and sometimes it appears at the house. So there's a whole lorry full.
Yeah.
And then we've got to get our van here to get it all back to the office.
Yeah, literally, you're ringing like, is a van free?
And if it's raining outside, all that's got to come in my house.
Yeah.
Oh.
The entranceway is just like full of boxes.
The dogs are going, oh my God.
They can't even walk around.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good. And I love that we do buy matching sets of everything because I think that makes it so much nicer. Say if someone loves one of our floral balls and they see it in the showroom, I can go, we actually have a matching set with a runner, top table, arch, everything.
Yeah.
Wreaths.
Because that's a good way of being more cost effective with your centerpieces. Because for us anyway, a taller one's more expensive, and then the wreaths are a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
But having that contrast in height between the tall one
I love that look.
and the tall one and the wreath, I think is really effective.
Yeah.
I recommend it a lot of the time, especially if someone is getting married, say in a marquee and the ceiling's a bit lower and they love the tall centerpieces. I'd never say you can't have them unless they physically couldn't fit, but that's rare.
But we're giving you styling options.
Exactly. I always say you can still have them and then you can have the exact same flowers in a small wreath. So say if it's like a dip on the outsides and you can't fit the taller centerpieces, still the same vibe. Just with
I love it.
in a different form.
And we had somebody do that in a marquee, but they also had our gold candelabras as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they had a wreath around those.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm talking gold candelabra, I'm not talking the ones like you see in Disney.
Yeah, not like a candelabra like that, like the straight up pole. They are called candelabras, but I can't think.
But they're very modern. They're modern twist on it. Like they hold lots of candles and they're higher and lower tubes.
They're stunning.
Beautiful.
We have gold ones and acrylic ones
Yeah,
to match gold stands or acrylic stands.
exactly.
We can do it all. Honestly.
Wow.
Talking
we're
about
so
orders,
versatile.
I should mention that I ordered off our carpenter today lots of new stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's all exciting stuff there. That's new backdrops, everything.
And some pretty things.
Because that telephone thing.
So is in lieu of a guest book,
Yeah.
where you can actually pick up a phone and leave a message so you can hear your voices,
Yeah.
and the phone records them.
Yeah.
On
But
SIM.
it doesn't look like an actual telephone box
No, we're not doing the telephone box.
because I think that's a micro trend, dare I say.
Yeah, we're looking for longevity.
Exactly. When we invest in products, we do want something that we think this is gorgeous and it is trendy right now, but it's also, you're going to look back at your wedding in years to come and still think that looked perfect.
The idea of having like you said, like a old telephone box might be a great idea at the time now.
Yeah.
But then looking back, you might think that did not go with my
Why did I have a
sense of
toilet
style
roll?
sort of thing.
I think that's what we're about as well, is yes, there are loads of micro trends out there. And some people do have them in the wedding. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
However, we're more classic. We tend to look at something and think, would we want to take that into the future and look back at our wedding pictures and see it?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we are.
Yeah.
And if we don't like it, we don't buy it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another reason, especially in South Wales, there's loads of venue decorators. So if we don't have something, normally someone else will. And
You can just hire from them.
yeah, and that's the way it works. We all kind of work in a big circle, and sometimes our paths cross where we have similar items, and then sometimes they have something that we would never have, or we have something that they would never have, you know?
Yeah. So when we first started out, we needed somewhere to store things, and we used across the road from us those container storage.
Yeah, shipping containers.
Where we would literally put chairs in and all the other stuff and have to pull everything out to get something at the back all the time. Then we rented a larger unit, but it was like 25 minutes away from us, and it was terrible roads. We'd always get stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
And if you'd forgotten something, you'd have to all go all the way back, round trip. Awful.
Terrible.
So just last year, the end of last year, a unit came available over the road from our office, and we bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not renting, bought it.
Huge. Yeah, we didn't rent it, we bought it, and it's huge.
It's the best.
It is the best. That's where Lewis does all his cutting as well for the acrylics, etc.
Because to begin the acrylic time, we used to, when it started in the garage, because we couldn't give into
In
our office,
lockdown.
into our office.
Yeah.
And we had to knock 2 walls down to get it in.
And take the front of the office off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
it's
we
not-
were in the showroom because we weren't having showrooms at the time.
Yeah.
Because no one could come in.
So we had to knock the front of the office down, put it in, build that up. And
Yeah.
then we wanted to move it to a room directly behind. So we had to knock that wall down, put it in, put that wall back up. And then we bought the unit next door.
So you had to take everything downstairs, the wall,
So I had
the
to take,
frontage.
yeah, so I had to take 3 walls down,
Yeah.
get it out, and then we had to put it into the other unit. And we had to take that wall down to fit it in.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was such a thing, wasn't it?
It was.
But
And then we
now-
had our showroom back, but the behind our showroom now is where we actually wash everything.
Yeah.
Because of course, if anything goes out, napkins, material, or anything, chairs, stuff, it is then washed
Yeah.
Yeah.
and ironed. Washed, dried, and ironed.
Yeah.
So we're really fortunate now with that unit because we have a unit space to store everything, but we also have a workshop space to, and that can be contained.
Yeah.
nicely.
It's in his forever home.
It's in his forever home.
It is.
My forever home.
And later on this year, we're also, we have a mezzanine floor above it, but it's not a full floor.
Yeah.
So we're having a full floor of mezzanine
Mezzanine.
put up. So we'll have more storage space. Our goal is to get it looking pretty so that we can take people over there and show them everything.
Yeah.
We're nearly there.
We're getting there.
Yeah, it's not far off.
No. I think that extended mezzanine floor would help
Yeah.
just to give it a bit more space.
Give us more room to buy more stuff.
God.
You're giving clear ideas.
Yeah.
My nutcracker that I use for Christmas time outside my own house is in there, isn't he?
He's looking down on us. He's on like a top shelf.
Evan wanted to chuck him.
Yeah.
I said, no way.
Why not?
I know. I bought him from Costco about 5 years ago.
She has an emotional attachment to the nutcracker. That's what it is.
Every year I decorate the outside of my house, like over the top.
You go crazy, but in a good way. I actually had a bride come in the other day and she wanted to see a floral ball that we didn't have out, but it was in the warehouse. So I literally ran over there and the boys were in there. I was like, guys, can you bring one of the floral balls over, please, so we can show the bride?
Did
They're
you
like, yeah, she loved her. And she was like,
That unit is such an upgrade because
Oh,
we
it
used to,
is.
20 minutes away.
Ugh.
We used to take 2 vans
yeah.
and try and load them all up with everything we could
For the weddings.
for the weddings, then come back and then we'd like sort out amongst how it's going to go. But you forget like one lantern. That's okay. That's a 45,
Yeah.
50-minute round trip just to get one thing.
Oh,
So, but now, yeah, just everything's there.
I
Put the van
hated
in,
going
load
up
it
there.
up.
Yeah.
It makes everything so much more cost effective and time effective.
Okay, so once you've come in to see us and you've booked us,
Yeah.
we do recommend coming back in.
at least once more.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I think once more is like the perfect amount.
Yeah.
They're closer to your date.
Yes.
To kind of go through, make sure, are you still having the same amount of people? Because we know
Some people change their colours before as well.
Yeah.
Some people just go, they come in on their initial meeting and then they're like, I want silvers, I want silver mirrors, silver charge plates, and these green florals.
Yeah.
And then
They
10
see
before
something
the wedding-
new,
See something new.
Yeah.
generally.
And then it's okay, I want gold this, I want these types of floral, I want this arch. It's like, that's totally fine. That's
Yeah.
the kind of the point of having the showroom and having people
Yeah.
able to come and meet us more than once.
We've
If
got to
you're
make
like-
sure it's not out there already booked out.
Yeah.
We do tend, especially in the peak of seasons, to have 3 weddings on one day.
We do.
Yeah. And it does work as long as everything.
Is available.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd have to buy 2 things.
It's like a logistical,
Nightmare.
I was going to try and use a nicer word.
Yeah. It's
But
not a
it's
nightmare.
not like, but it's like the logistics of having to like, especially when we have all these weddings on one day, is there
Yeah.
trying to be like, right, we need to be here with this sort of arrangement of flowers,
Yeah.
but then the next day they got to be here, but we got to be here, and here.
Yeah.
It's just about puzzling all that together.
But we are masters at it now.
We are. We sit down on the Monday, we go through all the weddings, and we're like, this is where this is going, this is where this is going, this has to go there after it goes here. It works out.
It works out perfect.
Mhm.
And because we are not people who just plonk things down on tables with stylists, and we're all trained now, aren't we, to know these things.
Yeah.
So it's a really good team.
A very good team.
So I think that's about everything. That's all about us, about what we do, how we do it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Any questions, drop us a line.
Yeah. Please let us know if there's anything that you think we left unanswered, because there probably is, because we do love to waffle. But yeah, thank you so much for listening again. And we'll see you very soon.
Let's tell them about next week. Our clubhouse has a new guest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll have our first guest on the poddy.
And it's a good one.
Yeah, so stay tuned. Listen up for that one next week. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you loved, and we can't wait to speak to you again next week.
Thank you so much for listening to us.
Arrivederci.
We'll see you next time.
Yay!
Bye.
Bye.